Hey, hey, hey.
I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening? You and your ass invited. Not gonna get to clapping. Now pop it for a player, pop it for me.
What?
Turn around and drop it for a player, drop it for me.
And what?
Up, my bomb squad. This is your girl Lisa, and I'm back in the kitchen. Sort of. As you know, I have been down for the count for a little bit, but this is Thanksgiving and we're gonna work it out. So there are a few things. As you can see, my wife set up my little situation in the kitchen, so we're going to see what I can make from down here. Let's go. So first I'm gonna saute my chicken livers. Dressing, even though I'm doing the dressing a little different this year, and I'll show you that in a minute when I put it together, it's not dressing without chicken livers. Now I normally do gizzards too, but you know how long it took to find them chicken livers, so I'm just gonna work with that. Alright, so I got my chicken liver soaking in the water. I am going to actually use, let me tell y'all something. Things have dual purposes. This is Tony's, I don't know how to, cherries, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, but this is Tony, Creole. And Tony does an injectable Creole style butter that I injected the turkey with. And I actually am going to use some of this to make a glaze for the ham too, but we'll get to that later. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use this to saute the chicken livers. It serves as the oil component, plus it has the flavors, and it kind of ties everything together. You kind of want to tie everything together when you're cooking. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I have an actual cooktop that she got me. So I'm gonna turn the cooktop. I have never used a cooktop before, so we'll see how this works out. So I'm gonna pour this in. I'm gonna coat the bottom real good, and I'm gonna let it heat up before I put the chicken livers in there. The chicken livers are here. I'm gonna season them once I get them in the pan. Once I get the chicken livers going, I'm actually going to put together the green bean casserole, which for some reason we only eat once a year, but it's good. So you know me, I got butter, so I'm gonna put actual butter in there. I think you should, if you're gonna do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? I try to use butter, real butter, as much as I can. I use margarine too. I ain't gonna lie, I use margarine. But I just think the butter flavor is better. I don't know. I just think it's better. I just, when you're cooking and you want everything to have some kind of flavor to it, I just think the butter is better. Alright, so this cooktop is heating up pretty good because I got a good sizzle on this. So let's go see. So I'm going to let this butter melt a little bit. There you go. Gonna let the butter melt a little bit. Babe, where you at? I need the celery and the bell pepper. Alright. So I let the butter melt. I'll just set that off to the side. And then I'm gonna put my chicken livers. So, I don't know. You probably did watch the video. So you know we were on a chicken liver hunt. And you know, I don't know if she told y'all, I kept telling her, go to the international market. They always have stuff like that. So where did she end up yesterday? At the international market. And so guess what they had? They had chicken livers. And the chicken livers are huge and amazing. Oh, I didn't know you were in the bathroom, man.
Really?
No, I thought you went upstairs.
Well, it smells good in here.
So, see how big these chicken livers are? I don't know if you ever seen them. But instead of boiling them, I'm going to saute them. And you can tell when they're fresh. Now, let me tell you something. If you don't eat livers and things like that, then this won't matter to you. However, if you do, liver in the chicken is like the liver in the human. Is where the blood passes. So what you want to make sure is that when you get your livers initially, that they are red, not brown. Now, once you put them in the water and start soaking them and stuff, or if you soak them, a lot of people before they fry them, soak them in
I'm glad I got a big pack.
I just was gonna cook them all. You know, you can't save them like that. You can't save them raw. You can grab that for me, babe. Just empty it out and rinse it out for me so I can use it for something else.
Okay.
And just give me some kind of hand towel so I can dry my hands off. So, right now, chicken livers are cooking. And I'm going to season them a little bit. I'm going to add some sage. I'm going to add a little basil. I'm going to add some white pepper, paprika. And I actually have a salt that has garlic in it. So I'm going to do that as opposed to just regular salt. But you want to kind of keep layering the flavors on stuff. You want to just make sure that you can get as much flavor in whatever you're doing. Alright, so I just need that. That's good. I got a kitchen towel. I got almost the whole kitchen. Alright. So last night, your girl cut up. I did a small dice. And I do the leaves too. The leaves have a very, very, very bright, significant flavor. So when you're cutting up celery, don't leave them leaves out. Don't throw them in the trash. The leaves are good. It's like parsley. Alright. So put a little celery in there. And I did a whole red bell pepper. So, and see, these are the things that are going into my dressing. So I use them to cook. All the flavors kind of go together. And use a little white pepper. This is your Spanish basil.
Sorry, y'all can keep walking with the light shadow.
Sage. You gotta have sage. Sage is good on chicken anyway. And I love Jane's Crazy Mixed Up Seasoning. This is a mixed up seasoning that has, alright, that has garlic. So this has salt and garlic. Make sure when you are using something, if it has a high salt content, hold on. Excuse me. If it has a high salt content, make sure to watch adding extra salt. I like smoked paprika. I just like the flavor of paprika. Alright. So they are cooking good. And I'm just going to let them cook on this side for a second. And then I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Alright. So, green bean casseroles, excruciatingly easy to make. Because basically it's just green beans, cream of mushroom soup, and fried onions. That's really all it is. So, I'm going to take this blue and I'm going to put the green beans. They're frozen. Now, the only thing about this is you have to watch it, because when they're frozen and they cook, they're going to let off water. Okay? So, don't add a lot of excess moisture to it. And the water will actually help with the breaking up the soup, because it's kind of what we're gonna do. Because I don't completely what's the word I'm looking for? You know how like soup, the can of soup says what's the word? You know how the can of soup says 1 can of water for 1 can of soup? I don't do that. I don't put water there like that, because you have so many things that have moisture in them, especially when you're cooking, that adds moisture to your recipe. So don't add a whole cup of soup, a whole cup of water to something. I don't want that ice in there. Don't add a whole cup of water to something that you know these frozen, green beans, are going to, the water's gonna come out of them. So don't do it. Well, you can do it. You can do what you want, realistically. So again, I kind of use the same seasoning and everything to kind of tie everything together. I use white pepper because you still get the pepper flavor, but you don't get the pepper color. So I cut those down a little bit. Maybe I cut them down too much and stuff. There we go. Alright, so we're going to just flip these over. I don't necessarily need a good sear or anything on them, but it looks like they got a kind of a good sear. I don't really necessarily need a good sear because they're actually going into something. They're not the star of the dish. They're just an addition. So I don't necessarily need a good sear on them. But a lot of times when you're cooking something, you want to make sure it does get a good sear, especially if you're going to be like the main protein in your dish. This is not the main protein in our dish. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure these are cooked all the way through and that they got a good flavor on them. So now, because quiet as it's kept, I can use that juice that's in there in my dressing. Alright, so I'm just going to season up these. Not a lot. Not a lot of the salty one. Because y'all know. Y'all know how creamy mushroom soup can be. Alright, so alright. So I just got the big, I told me to get the big can for this. Let me see. That's beef stroganoff. I wonder, does it have the green bean casserole on the back? It always does. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I just told her to get the store brand because realistically, if they're crunchy and they're done right, some things, I'm not gonna lie, you know you girls, some things I do not do store brand, but fried greens, we do store brand. So yes, it's on there. I don't know if y'all can see it. That is the green bean casserole on the back. How cool is that? See, 1 cup of milk. Don't do that. Because during this cooking process, these are going to melt. This is going to melt. I'm going to actually use a little bit of this in there. Because let me tell y'all something. One, I'm cooking in the basement. So, I can kind of sort of do what I want. 2, baking is a science. Baking, you need to measure and make sure you have the proper ratio of stuff, because realistically, if you're baking something, a baked good, it has to have certain things. That being said, cooking is about cooking is about a feeling. It's about, I forgot the lyrics. Come on, man. Gotta have a little lyrics. Cooking is about the feeling that you get when you make something. Brittany loves green bean casserole. So Christmas, Thanksgiving, Brittany gets green bean casserole. I like green bean casserole. It is not, everybody don't like green bean casserole. I don't know why. I think it tastes good, but hey, that's just me. Just want to make sure it's not too solid. Oh, that has a good, super good flavor. Oh my goodness, these are gonna be awesome. All right, so let's get this together. Get the can open. Did you know that the best way to open a can is not this way? It is this way. Watch, just because I say this morning. The best way to open a can and to keep it from being sharp is to open it on the side. Look. Who knew? I don't know if I ever told y'all that. That's the best way to open a can. Alright. So, I'm going to put this whole thing in there. Because have you ever been eating something and it just stopped being juicy? You know what I'm saying? Just stopped being juicy. Because you didn't have enough stuff in there. Now, I don't like watered down, but I do like for things to have enough seasoning and enough sauce to make it through the meal. Alright, so we're just gonna do it. And I use the big can because I use 2 bags of green beans. And I want to have enough. I want to have enough. Alright. So, because I am downstairs, I want to make sure that I don't be too messy. So as I do stuff, I'm going to try to, you know, keep it, you know. Alright. So, let's get this all stirred up good.
Right there.
Alright. Let me just stir it up. So make sure that when you are cooking things, that everything is seasoned, because the cooking process will also change your flavor. As this bakes and you have to account for 2 packs of green beans, you want to make sure everything is seasoned so that as the water comes out of the green beans and mixes with the sauce and makes the sauce a little looser, it doesn't make it a little less flavorful. That's kind of what you're going for. Make sure everything is flavorful, flavor-filled, has a lot of flavor from the beginning to the end. That's kind of what you want to make sure. I didn't know when the camera cut off, so I don't know what the last thing you saw was, but this is the end result. Okay? Alright, so what I did was I just mixed it up, put it in there. I like to put the onions all over the top of it, so I put a little bit more on the outside and then I sprinkle some across the inside, and then I'm gonna put some foil on it. It's gonna go in the oven. So that's that. We're gonna have several videos during this, kind of break them up, because I'm doing the green bean casserole, the dressing, and then a couple other things. Alright, so I know it's hard for sometimes when you can't get around and do stuff like you used to, it takes something from you. And if you got people around you that care about you and love you, they will figure out a way to help you get back some stuff. And especially when they want to eat, they will find a way to make sure you can cook. Clearly. But it helps me more than it helps her. So you know how your girl is rolling? Because I'm really rolling. But this is Thanksgiving 2020. This your girl Lisa. This is the green bean casserole, sauté livers for the dressing, which is the next video. You know, I do the videos like I do my food. I make sure that it all goes together. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So make sure you like this video if you haven't already liked this video. Thank you. Comment down below what you like, what you don't like, you know, what you want to see me do, what you want to see me roll into. Like, comment, share this video, because you know what, there's somebody right now thinking that they can't do what they normally do for a situation that might be temporary and it might be permanent. But if they can feel like they can get around and do at least some of the stuff that they used to do, trust me, you will feel better. So like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video or go live, you guys can join us. So this is video number 1 for Thanksgiving. Me cooking in the basement for the Bomb Squad and for DC. It's your girl Lisa, and I'm out.
Yeah. You see KOOLAID and Lisa doing challenge on your head top. Yeah, you know what's happening when you tune in. Story times, pranks, and vlogging, man. Be a great big family, we the Bomb Squad. We on that grind to a number with a K, best believe you'll stay. You can chill with the fam like most of y'all do. You see KOOLAID, Lisa, and Nick too. With Charles and Barbie living that YouTube life. We love our fans and supporters, we a family dude. So come on down to Bomb Squad Town, have a seat watching videos, and nobody likes to hate, keep it positive and have a nice day. Oh, I forgot, smash that like button. Bomb Squad, Bomb Squad, Bomb Squad, hey!